And you're certain this will work?
Of course it will work, you resurrectile dysfunctional skyball spawn!
Hey, don't get snippy with me, you
Poor excuse for a waypoint marker.
I haven't seen my wife in weeks, and this thing says it'll lead us to the dimension of Guardians.
So shut up and get that hideous excuse for facial hair through that portal!
Need I remind you it was your genius decision-making that got us into that cross-dimensional game of hide-and-seek?
Damn, I missed you.
Me too. When we get back, we will make sure
Sure no one ever plays Crucible again, okay?
Deal. Oh, for Kate's sake! To my friend Reginald, this game is awful. The combat is mediocre and there's a few small bugs. All it has going for it is an interesting story, fun characters, good graphics, meaningful choices, excellent music, and superb voice acting. Yes, but I still think we should make the best of it. I find their banter amusing and familiar. I have been following the most manipulatable one of the bunch, named Peter Quill, which proved to be a good choice as he seems to be respected by what he calls his team for his ability to make decisions. In fact, I have made more story-impacting decisions in the first 5 minutes of this universe than I have ever made in the entire limp-wristed excuse for a campaign back at Bungie. Most strikingly is how many mechanics this game is willing to throw at you. Anytime you think to yourself, I hope I get to be the one that does that, the game gives it to you. Fly the spaceship? Done. Slide down a ramp? Not a cutscene? Done. Navigate in 0G? Boom. This, whatever this is, done. The game never lingers on any ideas too long. It's content with letting you say to yourself, hey, that was neat, then rolling on to the rest of the banter-driven story. It is difficult to tell whether the decisions I make within the story will change its overall outcome. Some decisions are effectively meaningless.
Yes! Oh, the sharp-tongued cybernetic raccoon! Yes!
While others seems to change the character's dialogue entirely. I postulate that if you don't choose to protect the orange Q-tip beast, you are playing the game incorrectly. But that is a tale for another time. What stood out to me the most upon launching this, however, was the level of customization available. While you can't remap your controller, you can change some honestly easy-to-miss features. I was prompted with the option to disable all copyrighted music in case I was streaming, for example. It's just a shame they don't allow that damnable music they call classic rock to be changed to classical piano like Bach or Mozart. Whomever created this universe spared no expense, it seems, as within the first few hours alone I saw a reference to 30 different of these songs, Pac-Man, and Star Wars. Truly the creators of this universe must have used the most malicious means to acquire such wealth. Maybe we should study them sometime. I was excited that this level of attention to detail not only extended into the game's lore scannables and pickups, but even into the difficulty customization. Because as you know, Reginald, PvE is for poor people. So the only way to make combat more than the equivalent of trying to kill a sea sponge by pissing on it downstream is by cranking the damage of both sides to extreme and watch the body parts fly. But after a few less than satisfying encounters, I opened my menu to find the damn settings have reverted back to the sponge mode. So yes, there are a few minor bugs and design oversights, like this inescapable room.
Let me out of here or I will shatter your femur with a sledgehammer!
But they haven't destroyed the overall experience for me. Yet. Don't mistake me, Reginald. This combat is enjoyable, but it feels more like a microwave burrito rather than a 5-star dish. It's passable, but you couldn't subsist off of it for more than a few hours without severe bowel issues. Thankfully, the story and the characters are the main focus in this universe. Not only does simply moving from place to place offer the opportunity for these 5 to argue like an old married couple armed to the teeth with high explosives and lead, except for this tree thing, which apparently is from the Pokemon universe. I was worried this world would have them feel very stiff or scripted. But it's refreshing, actually, having characters that are more interesting than a cardboard cutout. The voice actors for these characters are well chosen, too. Each plays their part very well and never feels like any character is just reading a piece of paper before his next dose of triple-shot espresso.
Other ideas? Can you froth? I can froth.
Can you twitch?
Yeah, I'm pretty twitchy.
All right.
On my cue, you drop, froth, and twitch. While they're all distracted, we take off down one of them side halls.
What about me?
These characters in combat effectively act like ability and bullet sponges. Each one has a list of abilities with various attributes for you to try and capitalize on. But most of the time you will just find the largest group of enemies and fire all of the abilities out at once. If any of them are downed, you can revive them with the standard get close, hold button. And even in combat, they will communicate in a means that feels authentic and entertaining.
Don't you start. I'm just asking. We came down an elevator. We're gonna need to go up one to get back to the hangar.
Star-Lord himself only really has 3 main moves: dodge, melee, and shoot. More abilities and upgrades are available through both an extremely basic crafting system and a skill point system which is applicable to all the characters on your team. These systems may not be much, but it's honest work. There is an interesting system which operates like a super or ultimate, where you huddle with your team, and if you choose the right dialogue, they will gain a boost to overall effectiveness, or laugh at your poor speech skills. Besides jamming out to Rick Astley's Never Going to Give You Up while punching aliens in the face, it is a nice change-up for the super ability format. I could rant on about the overall combat being as interesting as a coconut in a washing machine, but it's best to move on. Visually, the game is pleasing to my eye, with high fidelity and great lighting. The landscapes are mostly flat, and sections involving any form of platforming are as simple as a rubber duck, but these seem to serve more as a foundation for characters to interact rather than offering any serious challenge. Also worth pointing out that this team actually understands how to make human faces work. I know we may take it for granted, but after Mass Effect Andromeda, let's just say I feel a little weary of the details. Animation is fluid and natural, with only a little bit of that video gaminess you tend to expect from scripted cutscenes. And best of all, the most powerful antidepressant in the known universe: dogs! Overall, Reginald, I did enjoy my time here. I would wait for this game to go on sale before coming back, however. I am working on a portal method to get us home, just bear with me. Your friend, Archibald. Does anybody have any tape up there? I want to put some tape over the death button.
I don't have any tape. Let me check.
Yo, Yondu, do you have any tape? Ow! Ow! God. Do you have any tape? Gamora! Gamora, do you have any tape? Tape? Never mind. Ow! Drax! Drax, do you have any tape? Yes, Scotch tape would work. Then why did you ask me if Scotch tape would work if you don't have any?
Nobody has any tape.
Not a single person has tape.
Nope.